For you guys that are coming in on the stream, we are about to get started here in a minute. Uh, do got some technical difficulties going on right now, but we are about to get the stream started here slowly. So just hang on and we'll be with you here in a moment. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Having some technical difficulties on my end with certain things, and hopefully you guys can hear me. It is February. I mean, I'm sorry. It's Friday, December 16th, 2022, and we are talking about James Gunn and the toxicity of a lot of these DC Snyder fans. And I'm not gonna lie, ever since they announced that Henry Cavill was not coming back, I have never in my life, and I am dead serious, seen anything like this. I mean, people right now are wigging out just because James Gunn is rebooting the DC EU in his own image, which he should. You know, if he is coming in, he should have all right and liberty to be able to make this thing in his own image the way that he sees it. So that is what we're going to talk about today. And again, sorry for the delay, but you already know what it is, man. You know how we do it in here. You know, the real question is,
Are you ready?
all right, let's get back to the show or whatever. I'm trying to work out, like I said, my other stuff that's going on and kind of in the background that you guys can't see that I'm trying to get worked out. This mug is like my computer is like really tripping. But let's go ahead and get to the subject of the day. Of course, you know, James Gunn is always on Twitter. He tweets. That's what he does. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that to the simple fact is that he's not afraid to say what he wants to say in real time. And I give a lot of props to anybody who goes in and say, "Hey, this is the way that I feel about something," whether he's correcting someone or wherever the case may be. He's willing to say what's on his mind. And again, I appreciate that because there's not a lot of people who would actually do that. They won't just say what's on their mind. They're sugarcoat around it, they beat around the bush. They do everything possible instead of saying exactly what is on their mind. You know what I mean? And that's big for me. Like I said, that is huge for me. And with James Gunn is coming out and say, "Hey, I want to reset this universe. I want to start with a younger Superman. I'm going to reset this universe." You know what I mean? Uh, and do this thing kind of like the way kind of what I want to do. And people online. This is what kills me about you know the online crowd is that you don't have a problem telling somebody what they need to do, which has always been crazy to me. Y'all don't have no problem about, oh, I think this person needs to do this. I think this person needs to do that, blah, 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 blah. Y'all have no problem with doing that. But you're not doing anything yourself to make what you're complaining about even worthy or lucrative. So let me just do this. Let me talk about how the DCU, again, the DCEU, if everybody was so hyped about this universe, right? If everybody was so, we love this universe, we do this, we do that, why was Warner Brother continuously going through cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle of their product? If y'all was really just spending y'all money, going to go see this product, and the product was something that you actually enjoyed. If that was the case, why did they have to bring James Gunn in, to be able to save this universe? Let's keep it real. Let's be honest. If the movies was good, or if you actually wanted to watch these movies, then there would be no hesitation on DC's part to be like, yeah, let's make sure that we're going to keep this going. There would be no hesitation, and the reason why wouldn't be any hesitation because you, the fans, are fueling, this fire with them. They're seeing you and they're seeing you as the fan, and they're like, yo, the fans are really wanting to see these movies from DC. They really want to see this connective universe that we're doing. Obviously, it sucked. And they did as a business. You forget this is a business. And again, I'm going to reiterate, the character is greater than the actor. Even when it comes to Henry Cavill, and people like Henry Cavill. People love Henry Cavill. And what I'm hearing is that Henry Cavill is actually kind of hard to work for or work with in this space, especially in Hollywood. You're gonna have to play the game. You can't think just because you're Superman, you're greater than everybody. And then that space, that's what I'm hearing. Henry Cavill was very difficult to work with. He was difficult to work with on The Witcher. He didn't want to do a cameo appearance in the Shazam movie. Things that could keep things going. I'm sorry. Henry Cavill didn't want to do. And you're wondering why the DCU sucks the way it does. You can't even get your main stars on board to be able to do little stuff, cameo here and there. Hell, Ezra Miller, as crazy as he is, went on to the Flash TV show, but Henry Cavill couldn't show up for a Shazam cameo because he thinks he's a bigger star than what he is. This is the things that you have to figure out business-wise what's going to be greater for you. And then I heard, I think it's the Angry Joe, and I got nothing against him, so don't, make it seem like I'm going to attack him. But he was like, "Oh my God, I don't want to see another origin story, a young Superman. We've already seen that. Oh my God." We seen that in the 1970s to the 80s. We seen that in the early 2000s with Superman Returns. That early Clark Kent, whatever this origin story, was not the same vibe as that. And you're complaining about something that you haven't even seen yet. This is what kills me. And they act like James Gunn's record as far as making movies has not been, great. I mean, I'm telling you, any James Gunn project that you had in the MCU or anything has not sucked. So why are these toxic DC fans are coming like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? James Gunn is going to ruin my DC. He's going to ruin my DC universe. He's going to do this. He's not Snyder. He's not this. All that crying y'all doing. But if you was real fans, you would have supported those movies. You would have supported not only the Justice League, but the original Suicide Squad movie. Obviously, you didn't, and because you went and watched it and it sucked. Let's keep it real. You watched that movie and like, damn, this is horrible. Why am I investing my money into something that's crap? And a lot of DC movies were crap. Wonder Woman 1984, crap. Suicide Squad, crap. Justice League, you know what I mean? Crap. And it took a Snyder cut for y'all to be like, oh, well, so, that was pretty good. But the rest of that crap, don't act like this is something that was getting this was award-winning cinema. Let's not act like that. A lot of you DC fans are acting like that. You act like this is award-winning cinema, and this was trash. Trash. What's going on, James? Yes, I'm back on here. I'm back on here. But again, trash. And while you're watching, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this. Make sure that you hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Make sure that y'all liking and sharing this video. Anyway, I wanted to do that quick plug. But again, like I said, let's be honest. Let's be real with ourselves. A lot of this was garbage. And a lot of y'all don't like to admit it that it was garbage, but it was. It wasn't good. Because if it was good, there wouldn't be a changing of the guard. And that's what I don't understand about toxic fans. That, oh, now all of a sudden you care about DC. Oh, now all of a sudden you care about these characters. Oh, now all of a sudden after they take it away. Oh, now, oh my God, what are they going to do with Aquaman? You know what I mean? What are they going to do with this? I'm going to tell you, Shazam, good. But when your biggest stars like Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller was in Peacemaker, but you couldn't get Henry Cavill because Henry Cavill thinks he's too good to be in all the little Suicide Squad movie, or I mean in the little cameo for Peacemaker. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to actually take in consideration the actual reality of certain things. And the reality of certain things in this universe just wasn't good. And again, if it was good, it would have been saved. But obviously, it sucked. It sucked. Sorry to tell you, it sucked. And all these people talk about fire James Gunn, and they started a petition. Now, this is what I don't get. Black people who watched their superhero, Black Panther, die on film wanted to recast it because the character died. And instead of allowing the character to live on, they killed him. We had a petition to say that's not a good idea. They ignored that petition. But people petitioned for the Snyder Cut and got what they want. Now people are petitioning for James Gunn to lose his job just because Henry Cavill is let go. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And that's the toxicity of these fans, because you waited all this time. All you had to do was support the movie. That's all you got to do, support the movie. Easy stuff, support a movie. But you didn't want to do that. You didn't want to support the movie. You felt like you can do whatever you want to, and it was going to be all good. And then James Gunn comes along and tells you, nope, we're not doing that. We're going to reboot it. I'm going to write it. And James Gunn is great at character development. And this is something that I heard from Grace Reynolds. And I know a lot of people don't like Grace Reynolds, but Grace actually called a lot of this stuff when Patty Jenkins was told that she was not going to come back for the Wonder Woman movie. She called it, and I will give her her props. I always will give props for props is due. I will always do that. So she called it when it happened. She said, "Hey, they're not. I won't be surprised if nobody comes back and they reboot the whole entire thing." And exactly that's what happened. And again, this is the way you show your support with your money. That's the way you show your support. When you show up and show out in these movie theaters, that's the way that you get the franchise continues to go. This is the way that franchise continue to go. Nobody does things for free. It's a business. And it business have to be lucrative. If they're not making money, what do you think they're supposed to do? Everything is about money. You can't even go to church without donating money. So why do you think anything is going to be any different when it comes to these franchises? They're there to make money. When Marvel was kicking the crap out of them, when Marvel was kicking their ass at the box office, they had to take a hard look at what they have. And what they have wasn't that great. And they tried. I'm not saying that they didn't try. They tried. But it wasn't great. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? Because if it was great, do we have this problem right now? Are we even having this discussion about DC and what DC needs to do and all of this other stuff? No, we're not having that. We're not having that conversation. But again, what DC is in the business to make money. Henry Cavill, as great as a Superman he wasn't a great Clark Kent / Superman. He wasn't. So the last few movies wasn't lucrative. If a guy is not going to be on board totally, and even The Rock is out here and embarrassing himself. The Rock is out here embarrassing himself because he really thought that movie Black Adam was going to be a box office success. And when you wait 15 years to make a project and you have a script that seemed like it was written 10 years ago, no, it's not going to be successful. It's not. It was a good popcorn flick, like something that, I could sit up here and watch because it's kind of like mindless. But other than that, it wasn't that good. I'm sorry to tell you, but it wasn't. And you can't get mad at nobody. And I love The Rock. I think The Rock is excellent. You know what I'm saying? He's the people's champ. But as far as like these big box office movies that I'm like, yo, I want to be able to see those movies, he's not delivering those. And yet you people want James Gunn done, get James Gunn out of here. And literally a lot of y'all about to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy. And if Rocket dies, y'all probably going to be crying in there. Because it's the way that he develops these characters. So give him a chance to develop a Superman movie that's going to be actually good. Give him a chance. All this crying and entitlement. Dude, if the movie was good, y'all would support it. If the DC universe was great, then you wouldn't have no problem. Let's be real. You wouldn't have a problem with these movies because you would show up and show out like y'all did with the Batman, the Dark Knight franchise. Like y'all did with the Batman. Because you know why y'all showed up in drones? Because the Batman was actually good. It was well written. Very good noir detective story. And that's something that you're asking for. Let Batman be Batman. Not Batman the psychopath that's out here trying to kill people. And just because you and Superman have the same name, now you don't want to kill him. But you were on a path to try to kill Superman without no real motivation, without no real incident, no detective work to make you feel like that this guy is worthy enough to die. I'm sorry. And everybody said, "Oh, he's the best." Ben Affleck was the best Batman, best looking Batman, more of the Frank Miller Batman. If you know your comics, but as far as the essence of Batman is a detective first. Did you see any detective work in any of this? That's why it's not good. And then you get to the Josh Whedon version of Justice League, and now he's cracking jokes like, what? This is the Batman. This is the Batman. Now, I would say the Bruce Wayne and the Batman need to be more developed. He was a great Batman, amazing a great early Batman. And that brings it up to the next point. If you have a younger Batman, right? You have a younger Batman. Wouldn't it make sense to be able to have a younger Superman to maybe one day merge these two together? And you have a great detective story that's being developed with, you know what I'm saying, this particular the Batman franchise. And then you have this younger Superman, this young Clark Kent, Richard Donner essence. And I said this. I literally said this. They need to go back to the Donner era of Superman, because the character of Superman is not dark and gloomy or whatever and all that other crap that he was doing. He's very upbeat, very motivational. He handles business with a smile. He's actually a little too optimistic sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But that's him. And then you have Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, again, the first Wonder Woman movie was amazing. Now, I did have a problem with the third act because it was cliche and kind of silly or whatever. But as far as her, I had no problem with Gal Gadot. She was awesome. Even in I love the Zack Snyder cut, what they did with Wonder Woman, amazing. Slow-mo, all of that was so dope, especially watching it in the black and white version. So dope. I could watch that scene over and over again. And what people have to understand is that she has a pride. She's a warrior. She's ready to fight. And again, go watch the DC animation movies. They actually give you the blueprint on what this should look like. Yet again, y'all are complaining and not allowing the groundwork to get started. And I'm glad Jay's gonna say, you know what, I'm writing this. I want to take the helm of this. I want to do it. And I like that. For the simple fact is that now this is his baby. If he can get it started, let's see what happens in the future. But he's going to lay the foundation down to get it started. He's taking personal responsibility of that because he is a fan of these characters. Of course, he's a fan of these characters. Remember Brightburn? So, and that's like an Elseworld version of what Superman, could be, almost like in a Homelander type of way. And I think that he was a kid. But if you bring the heart and the charm and that lovable ability back to Superman like they did with Cap. And Cap is a prime example of what James Gunn could do with Superman. Everybody loves Captain America. You know what I mean? Again, I'm going to bring this up. Us as G1 fans, we love Optimus Prime because of what Optimus Prime stands for. So, again, we like these characters for obvious reasons. So we don't want these characters, to lose sight or context of who they are, especially when you're doing comic adaptations. I know people have their liberty on comic adaptations. I get that. But never lose the essence of what makes this character great. You know what I mean? Now, as far as Henry Cavill, you never know. Henry Cavill might come back as an Elseworld version of Superman, an evil Superman. You know what I mean? He might. You never know what James Gunn and them had a conversation about. Maybe they say, "Hey, we'll think about it in the future, but we'll love to keep you around." But we're trying to tell this particular story, so allow us to have this particular story told. Let us build this universe, and maybe we'll bring you back. Maybe, just maybe we'll bring you back. And if he plays his cards right, you can get that. But again, this is you DC fans. Now, I'm a Batman fan. Big Joker comic fan. Oh my god. If you ever want to read a story, read the Three Joker story. It is amazing because he is my favorite villain in DC is the Joker. But I love Batman. You can't have Batman without Joker. So with this trinity that needs to be created, you're gonna have to allow these civil liberties to happen. And I know you have the Joker, and again, I don't know exactly what DC and what Warner Brothers Discovery is doing, because you have this Joker movie that's getting ready to drop soon. You have Shazam 2, you have Flash and a Flashpoint movie. What are you going to do with these? Are you going to put these on on HBO Max? Are you going to put these out on theaters? Are you going to allow James Gunn to reboot this thing as soon as possible? What are you doing? So a little bit of this I blame on Warner Brothers Discovery, because again, it starts with the top. And a lot of people are mad at James Gunn. You need to be mad at Warner Brothers. You need to be mad at Warner Brothers. That's who you need to be mad at. James Gunn, why would you want to do a petition to get James Gunn fired is beyond me. It's beyond me. But change is coming. Change is coming. And I'm actually a big James Gunn fan. So I can't wait for James Gunn to have his vision on what he wants. I can't wait, because I believe that he's going to do an amazing job building that universe up. I do believe that. And the proof is in his projects. Just think of James Gunn. This is the reason why James Gunn had oversight in that Thor Love and Thunder movie about his characters in Thor Love and Thunder. You know what I mean? They wasn't acting all wacky. Thor was. And Taika Waititi had to hear from Chris Hemsworth's mouth about his character, because we're not taking his character seriously anymore. You made him too silly. And this is what I'm talking about. James Gunn knows how to balance the silliness in a ridiculousness with actually heart and charm. So why wouldn't I give that a break? But anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. And I wasn't going to keep everybody along. I did have some technical difficulties with the start of this film. But I do want to show you, because I was on TMZ recently. So I actually want to show you guys that clip of me on TMZ. So let's go ahead. Let me play this clip from TMZ.
But sometimes I feel like he needs to pick his battles a little more carefully and just be a little more thoughtful, because this one, it seemed pointless to me, honestly.
He does want to do that, Fabian. I think it's because he has felt like that has happened to him with his last few comedy specials.
Sure.
So that's the
He's been there.
The platform that he's standing on now.
Hey, I'm Dre from Kansas City, and with Dave Chappelle, honestly, Dave Chappelle has always went against the grain. And with this Eli thing, yeah, it's kind of weird, but if Dave Chappelle can't save you, nobody else can. So I just think we need to kind of give him a little bit of break. But I mean, Eli's a little socially awkward, but if Dave can't save you, no one can. So
that might be, well, I mean, he is the richest man in the world, so I don't know how much saving he needs.
That room looked awesome, by the way. The Mortal Kombat game in the back. Do you see that?
You like that? You saw those video games?
Jealous. Yeah, very jealous.
Well, maybe sounds like Mike's coming over your place.
Yeah, where are you?
And ladies and gentlemen, that is my 10 seconds of fame on TMZ. It was actually awesome. I did that on Monday. And mind you, I was up all day because it was prepping and certain things you have to do. And actually they invited me back. Well, I guess Mike likes my setup, so he thinks my setup is awesome. But they did throw me a bone, and I'm going to just announce it on my YouTube channel here. So anybody who's watching me on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you hit the bell notification again, so you never miss one of my videos. Well, let me give you what TMZ actually sent me through Skype after everything was done. And this is a shout out to anybody who wants to have their opportunity to get on TMZ live and talk about, a subject or whatever. They said, thanks again for coming on the show today. We always looking for new faces. So if you have any friends who want to participate, feel free to send them our way. Our Skype name is TMZ Skype. It said you can go on www.tmz.com and enter your zip code to find out when today's show will air in your city. The entire episode will be online in a few days. We'll reach out again in about a month to bring you back on. Have a great day. So, your boy was on TMZ. That's all I gotta say. Your boy was on TMZ, and let's see. What's going on? And what is that? WT Funk is this Greece player, and looking forward to your take. I appreciate that. All the way from Germany. Shouts out to Germany. Since you just coming in, let me kind of recap what I'm saying. Now, toxic fans want James Gunn fired. They have set up a petition, Funk, to have James Gunn removed from DC just because Henry Cavill was fired. Now, that is literally one of the silliest things I've ever heard. A lot of these toxic fans are the same ones who did not support the DC movies. And the reason why DC is in the flux there is now, not only with bad writing, bad creative decisions, so on and so forth on a lot of their movies. It's not just maybe one or two was hit and miss. No, the majority of their movies sucked. Let's just say what it is. The majority of their movies sucked. It wasn't that good. You know what I mean? They're long, they're boring, they sucked. Have no heart, they're soulless. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So James Gunn is coming in and saying, I'm going to reboot this thing. I'm going to start off with a younger Superman so we can get Clark Kent and Superman back to where they were, especially like in the Donner cut, the Donner version of Superman. And that's what Superman was missing, was that element of, that Clark Kent that's kind of goofy and kind of shy and just kind of want to, he knows he's Superman, but he has to play the role and has to deal with that duality, but he's still so good because he cares and he loves everybody so much, and that he would never kill Zod. He would never do that type of thing. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. We need to get back to that. But we didn't have that with Henry Cavill's Superman. He didn't even want to show up at other people's projects. And then when they was like, nah, we don't want to deal with you no more, then he wants to cry about it, put it on social media. They don't want me back. They don't want me back. Black Adam comes back, and he actually makes he actually was very problematic because from what I've heard, he was just supposed to promote Black Adam. Not say, oh, look, everybody, I'm back. Yeah, for about maybe 10 seconds. He was on there. Henry Cavill had as much screen time as I had on TMZ at the end of Black Adam. That should tell you something. And Black Adam flopped at the box office. I liked it as a popcorn flick, but it's 10 years past its prime. It is what it is. So congratulations for being on TMZ, but I hope it's all a good thing. I say let the DC move on. Yes, absolutely. Most of the DC movies suck. Yes, absolutely. In fact, so let's try to redo it. And this is where I'm at with this, is that you have to allow creatives to be creative. You have to allow people with a proven track record of making really, especially the obscure character, worth watching. Again, this dude made a talking raccoon in a tree a household name. Who can say that that's not part of the Lord of the Rings franchise? And they didn't even have a talking trash panda. Who can say that? Who can say that they actually made characters that you were not buying prior to you want to go out and buy their comics? Because you made the character so intriguing that the writers at Marvel had to change the way that they had their characters to fit what was on screen. Tell me who could do that. Y'all tell me who could do it. James Gunn did that. You know, when you're even in other media like the Lego, like Marvel Lego, and you start to notice that the Star Lord on the Lego Marvel game is like the Star Lord in the movies, because people are loving these characters because the characters are so great. And he brought a creative juice to these characters. So why not give him Superman so he can be able to put his creative juice to that so we can love Superman again? You know, I'm a kid of the 80s, born in 1980. Superman 1 and 2 are classics in my book because I remember them being shown on television. And you know, my uncles and them getting, you know, they were younger then, getting ready to watch Superman, having me sit down on their knees so we could watch Superman. It's Superman 2. And me falling in love with that character. Or in 1989, what they did with Batman. You see what I'm saying? The reason why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 1989 movie was so good, 1990 movie was so good, because of what they did with the characters. They focused their energy on the characters. So now you understand why Michelangelo was crying during the whole Splinter scene. And you understand why, you know, Raphael felt the way that he felt, and he screamed out when he found out that Splinter was taken. Because they took time to develop these characters in 90 some odd minutes. Excuse me. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to develop characters that you actually want to see on film. Not just the explosions. The reason why, and I'm a Transformers fan too, but I'm a Transformers fan because I come from the era of the cartoon and then Beast Wars or whatever. I got a little older or whatever. But we came from this to now all you're doing is booms and explosions and whatever, and wonder why we had a like us, as we call them, I guess you call them G1 fans or whatever, why we had a problem with the portrayal of a character that I fell in love with as a kid. What's going on, my man Jacques? What's going on, man? Yes, brother. I am working 60 hours a week and then going on here and dropping this this comic movie and all that news. You know what I mean? You know, I got to do my thing. I had to come back and do my thing. You know, but again, it's the character. It's the character. And that's what I know, brother. I know. Literally, I've been working six days a week, but we will get, after the holidays, I will make sure to get in contact with you so we can be able to put some things together. You know what I mean? Like, I just got off of work not too long ago, and this is what I'm doing for the hour. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yes, after the holidays, me and you most definitely will talk. I almost had lost my train of thought. I lost my thought. But yeah. And I'm not excuse me. I'm not the type of person who likes to complain, because I'm not. Yes, sir. I know you will. I'm not the type of person that just gonna sit there and complain about things that's going on as far as these movies. Now, the only thing that I complained about was Black Panther, but Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but it's for obvious reasons. So I said my piece, I let it go, and what Nate Moore said, I got to hear from the people. That's why I didn't go back and watch this again for a third time. You know what I mean? Because I refuse to sit and watch a funeral, to watch two funerals within a movie. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to waste my time. You know what I mean? So, but that's because a character that was created for us. And it's comic book that all these characters are created for us, but particularly because the Black Panther was created for Black people to have a Black superhero, their first mainstream superhero. So the reason why I came out and said the things that I said as far as that movie. When it comes to Superman, I am a Superman fan because I got to see Christopher Reeves, God rest his soul, portray the nicest and most, just the way his aura was. And he wasn't a small man either. He didn't have to have all the muscles or whatever, but I believed Superman. I believed in him. You know, he wanted to save the people who did anything to save the people. And he was nice. He was saving cats out of trees and all of that. He wasn't snapping necks. And yeah, people wanted to see Man of Steel 2 because we were craving Superman. But again, the character development, like I said, I'm saying this again, character development is key. You can't have a project without a character that you care about. And half of the time we don't care about these characters because you are more associated with the spectacle than the actual story. And again, that's why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 is one of my favorite movies of all time, because they took time to develop these characters. And then when I seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they came out through Michael Bay, and I was like, that sucks. You need to take time out to develop these characters. You just, you know, let's get to the action. Action. You know? So what I have a problem with. So we need to get back to character development. All right, I am about to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me, especially through the beginning, because it took me so long to get started and all of this, and just to get this thing kind of going again. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Again, I'm going live, trying to go live every day, Monday through Friday, or actually, let me take that back, Tuesday through Saturday, because of the way that my schedule. No, today's Friday. Yeah. So I did a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, this is Friday show. So yeah, you will see me next week, next Monday. And then we'll do a recap of whatever happened throughout the weekend, and we'll talk about it or whatever. But I appreciate you guys sticking by me and watching my videos. You know what? I'm trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. So I would do a giveaway once I hit 2,000 subscribers. And just check out the community page on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm giving. I might give away $100 gift card. I might give away $100 gift card. I think that's what I'm going to do. I hit 2,000 subscribers. I will actually pick a lucky subscriber to give $100 gift card. That's what I'm planning on doing. But again, thank you so very much for watching my video. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, man. Y'all have a great rest of your day.